By the age of 9, John had earned a bad reputation on his estate in Old Trafford. The death of his father triggered a change in his behaviour, resulting in a series of antisocial acts. Ben and Amy Woodfield and the Eden team were able to help John, offering him a mentoring programme, supporting him on his journey of faith and in his drive to give back something positive to his community.
When I was growing up, I got bullied at school, firstly, and then my mum took me out of one school and put me in another, and when I got into my new school, my dad died when I was 9, and then I went off the rails.
From the moment I've got to know John, it's obvious that he's an extrovert, he's confident, he's a leader, but often that was being used negatively. And I think his dad passing away was almost a catalyst really for that behaviour to just get out of control.
My life growing up was a bit of a mess. Like, for example, naughty out of school, smashing windows and doing cheats to people. In school, fighting, shouting at the teachers and getting expelled, and disrespect from my mum, like not listening to her.
Eden Old Trafford's all about living in the community, and the rest of the Eden projects are like that. And I live across the way from John, so we basically got to know him, and the relationship with him was the foundation to all the work we did. And out of that relationship, we developed programs, we developed mentoring, he started coming to other activities and just began to work with him.
And Ben's helped me in many ways by one-to-one mentor, sitting down, talking to me, being there for me, and just like being a good friend, him and Amy and the whole Eden team.
He experienced real behavioural problems in school, at home and on the streets. So he started coming to some of our activities. I eventually started to mentor him, and as he grew up, really started to see a change, and started to see him get his head down and realise that some of the decisions he was making with his behaviour weren't good for him. And I've really seen him now as a 16-year-old just turn his life around. Just an amazing little lad.
People gave me stuff, like gave me their time and gave me their they helped me, and it's my turn to help back, and that's why I'm helping the community.
First impressions of John was that he was very intelligent and switched on and had a lot to say about where he lived and how he wanted to see it improve, not just for him but for everyone around him as well.
I find it rewarding by giving something to the community, and not just taking, I'm actually giving back. So it's rewarding to help people who can't do it themselves.
John gets involved on decision-making kind of groups. He'll sit round a table full of his peers and people much older with lots more experience in housing, and he'll contribute at the same level. He's been engaged in so much, and he's really well thought of within Trafford Housing Trust. So
we've been out to sea with John, not just him talking about growing up and getting his head down, but really him wanting to put something back into the community. And so it's been a huge privilege to walk with him in that journey and feed him into different things that he can help with in the community, whether that be with us at the Eden Project, with the church, St Bride's, in the band, with the local housing trust on his estate, just various things that he's been able to just input into this community, and what a privilege to see him do that.
I just hope that other children can see what I'm doing and follow me as I followed Ben and Amy, and use me as a role model, so someone to look up to.